Before today's video, it might be a good idea for you to jump in my free Discord server. It's a great place to build and share your crypto knowledge and connect with like-minded, ambitious individuals. It's for people of all experiences, whether you're a crypto newbie or a seasoned professional. So jump in and network with me and an ever-growing community of intellectuals. Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to focus on Quilibrium or QUIL. This is a new project, very early stages, so it's more difficult to find information which is simple and accessible compared to other projects. It's been quietly garnering attention in recent weeks, and I thought it would be a good idea to try and bring it to your guys' attention, whilst also attempting to simplify and explain it as best as I can. So the white paper is extremely detailed, very technical, very similar to Bittensor's first white paper in terms of its format. I know 99% of you aren't going to read it, so I'll summarize what I've read so far and what I've got from the project. You guys know the drill around here. I try and keep it as simple as possible for the average person to understand. So Quilibrium is looking to be a decentralized internet layer protocol that aims to offer cloud service convenience without sacrificing privacy or scalability. It tackles some of the most pressing cryptographic and scalability challenges facing today's blockchains, and its ultimate mission is to secure and decentralize the internet, making it a private haven for users. It's about returning to the roots of the internet, pro-privacy, pro-freedom, and with no corporate or governmental interference. QUIL introduces a unique approach to tackle this by utilizing an operating system designed for distributed networks. This paves the way for new methods of building dApps, potentially enabling use cases which previously weren't possible. So it isn't a blockchain like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but instead it's a peer-to-peer multi-party computation platform as a service. Now, that's quite a mouthful, but in simple terms, multi-party computation allows multiple parties to work together to compute something without revealing their individual data to each other. Think of it like solving a math problem where each person knows only part of the problem, but together they find the solution without knowing the entire problem. Because the nodes, or participants in the network, work together without seeing each other's data, this method ensures a high level of privacy. They know how to perform their part of the task without knowing what the task is about or who else is involved. The computation and data storage are distributed across many nodes in the network. This is what makes Quilibrium very resilient in the future to attacks and failures, as there's no single point of control or failure. So when you send data into QUIL, it gets broken down into small pieces which are called shards. These pieces are then distributed across many different nodes. Each node processes its piece without knowing about the others. Through MPC, these nodes can collaborate to compute or retrieve data without ever seeing the complete data themselves. This combination of sharded hypergraphs and MPC allows Quilibrium to provide a secure, private, and decentralized environment for applications, differing fundamentally from traditional blockchains. Sharded hypergraphs are employed to distribute both storage and computations across the network, ensuring genuine data privacy, with oblivious hypergraphs for data storage and retrieval. Here, no single instance can discern which data is being transmitted. Sharded hypergraphs may sound like a lot of technical mumbo jumbo, so I'll break it down simply. Imagine you have a massive database. Wait, that was crap. Imagine you have a massive database. Oh, that's not much better. But yeah, massive database, and instead of keeping it whole, Quilibrium breaks into smaller pieces called shards. Let me just shard this up. There we go. So we've got each individual shard here. These shards are then distributed across many servers, which makes data handling more efficient. A hypergraph is like a supercharged version of a regular graph. While a regular graph connects 2 points with a line, a hypergraph can connect multiple points with a single link, making it incredibly powerful for organizing complex data. QUIL goes a step further with oblivious storage and retrieval. This means that no single part of the network knows what the data is or who requested it, ensuring complete privacy. This system makes QUIL both efficient and secure, making it an ideal environment for developing dApps. In essence, this approach aims to create a private, uncensored, web-like structure for managing data and resources, facilitating the development of dApps that can operate efficiently within this interconnected framework. So moving on to the tokenomics for QUIL, something I want to point out is they said that they will not engage in token sales with investors, not only because a fair launch can't enable such thing to happen, but also because an alignment of investors in a business directly to a protocol's token is intrinsically broken and morally questionable. So the token was completely fair launched, and I can't find the article now, but I believe they even turned down potential VCs investing in the project at early stages. So yeah, that's always a positive. So yeah, completely fair launch with no pre-sales, no seed rounds, no insider allocations. I believe currently there's about 561 million tokens in circulation. But yeah, it's so hard to find information and data on QUIL's tokenomics, or just information on QUIL in general. I found this graph on Twitter, and if I haven't mentioned it already, QUIL uses a proof of meaningful work algorithm. I feel like I should have mentioned that. But token emissions are directly linked to their proof of meaningful work, combining proofs of data availability and execution. The issuance rate isn't fixed, it scales with the overall supply and demand for compute or storage. So tokens are also burned as part of execution and storage. But judging by this graph, the emission curve suggests that the supply will reach 1 billion by early 2025 and could grow to 2 billion by 2034. So a steep increase over the next few months, but after that it's a gradual increase. Not too bad, I've seen worse dilution, but yeah, just something to be aware of. I just realized I'm doing this video in a weird order. I probably should have started with this, but QUIL was founded by Cassandra Heart, who also happens to be an engineer at Farcaster, another project with a lot of potential. And she also used to work at Coinbase too, so she knows her crypto and is a very smart brain. In terms of the rest of the team, information is very scarce, but I believe it's a small team with plans to expand in the future. There is also no official Twitter account for Quilibrium, and I struggled to find a Discord or Telegram as well. I believe they're on Farcaster, unfortunately I'm not, and I know a lot of people won't be as well. So community in that regard might be lacking, but yeah, just something I wanted to point out. I've seen QUIL draw comparisons to Internet Computer, one of the leading projects in crypto. They're both similar and different at the same time. ICP is also decentralized, aiming to create a scalable, efficient network. It uses chain key technology to operate at web speed and supports WebAssembly, allowing developers to use various programming languages. However, ICP focuses more on efficiency and governance through a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, rather than absolute privacy. I also found similarities with ATOR, one of my personal favorite projects. ATOR has a focus on privacy and decentralization too, looking to create a global privacy network through physical and virtual relays and provide incentive in the form of their token. Not sure if they've nailed the ability for developers to build on their network yet, as QUIL have, but another similar but different project. Now moving on to price speculation, and please remember that is all it is, speculation. You can currently buy a wrapped version of QUIL. I believe the native token bridge is expected to launch soon, but it's sitting today at a price of 23 cents. Do not listen to these metrics here on CoinGecko regarding their market cap and circulating supply. It's wrong, as is DEX Tools. They are also wrong. I mentioned earlier in the video there's a current 561 million tokens in circulation, which should give it a market cap at this price of around $130 million. It's available on a very limited number of exchanges in only Uniswap and Bilaxy, so one CEX, one DEX. We're very, very early on this one, so yeah, not really open to a lot of consumers at the moment. But yeah, if we take a look at the all-time price chart for QUIL, again, I don't know how accurate this data is, but this seems to be the furthest back I can go. But yeah, so it launched about a month ago on the 14th of May, and I believe people are picking this up. From what I saw, between the price of 10 to 20 cents was a good range, because we can see it clearly went on this massive run here as it was getting mentioned more and more on Twitter by some influencers. I believe they were getting involved, and what I happened to find was it's a lot of Cas OGs, Bittensor OGs that were buying up QUIL. So, you know, when you've got that kind of CV and pedigree and you're bullish on another project, it's going to start putting some serious eyes on it. But yeah, we've got over 40 cents, got up to about 42, 43 cents. Before, you know, in recent weeks, we can see the price slowly driving down. But yeah, so 22 cents in the grand scheme of things right now, you're about 50%, let's say, from its all-time high. It's a decent entry. Obviously, you're not optimal. You'd want to be down here. And it seems to be like we could be continuing this downward trend, as, you know, eyes seem to be being taken off QUIL. But again, it's hard to find developments. I don't really know what's around the corner. There wasn't a clear roadmap. There's no official Twitter. You're going to have to jump on Farcaster or whatever. But yeah, as attention has seemingly cooled off of QUIL in recent weeks, 22 cents and below is a decent entry price into this. Price predictions is where it gets interesting. Just for fun, let's compare it to ICP, which is worth about 5.3 billion in market value and went above 10 billion in the last cycle. From current prices and tokenomics, for QUIL to reach this is about a 40x. But remember, in 2025, the emissions are expected to have the circulating supply at 1 billion. So with that dilution, QUIL would need to do around 20x and hit $5. So a bit more realistically, for me in the short to medium term, depending on macro conditions, I can see QUIL hitting $1 comfortably, which is about a 4x from here. Wow, look at the volatility in the time I've been speaking. It's gone up about a cent or 2 cents. But yeah, I can see $1 being a $1 being a psychological barrier of some sort. Maybe we see a sell-off here as miners or node operators take profit. But $1 would put it between a $500 and $1 billion market cap. Is this a multi-billion-dollar project in the future? Potentially, yeah. But the red flags are clear. Look, I know we're early, but there's no marketing. There's very, very small social media presence. Information is difficult to access. There's a lack of exchanges, you know, all of that. So a very, very risky project at this point. I saw someone say that the tech they're using isn't new. They're not reinventing the wheel, but combining various tech in unique ways to create something which is pretty innovative. Also, something I want to throw out there, when the main focus is privacy and uprooting the status quo, it comes with the generic caveat that there will be those who aren't fond of the project, and there could be rules and regulations implemented by authorities to limit their potential or worse. But in the long run, if everything goes well, and the team delivers, a bullish scenario for this cycle for Quil would be to reach anywhere between $1 and $5 in my opinion. I estimate we have around 12 to 18 months left in this cycle, so for Quil to pull a 10-20x, it isn't impossible. But remember, if successful, this is a project for multiple cycles, for the future, not just the next 12 to 18 months. I just feel there's still a lot of work that needs to be done on various levels. I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on a project that's still new. I don't know. Also, pretty randomly, they have their own shop. You can see here they've got t-shirts, beanies and hoodies as well. So they obviously envision themselves having a bright future if they're comfortable enough releasing Quilibrium merch. I don't know who still uses the word swag, but yeah. So summing up Quil, does it have innovative or excellent technology? I would give that a yes. Whilst none of it is new, the way they're combining it, they are potentially going to be creating something which is pretty innovative. Relevant narrative is also a yes. It's combining DePIN, privacy, and I guess you could call it a layer 1. Creating a whole new internet, that's got to be some kind of layer. So yeah, I would say that narrative is pretty relevant as well. Low market cap is in the middle. It's 130 million odds. So yeah, not a low cap, but not a high cap. I'd put that in the middle as a mid cap. Good tokenomics, I'm also going to give a middle to. Right now we've got about 560 in circulation. That's a million, sorry. And we saw the dilution going up to 1 billion and then also 2 billion by 2034. Whilst it's not the worst, I wouldn't say the tokenomics are good. Experienced and credible team is also going to be in the middle because apart from Cassandra, and she's the only one saving this actually, well, I would have given it a red. Don't know anything else about the team. They're not doxed. I can find information which is easy to access. All I've seen is that it's a relatively small team. So I'm going to give that a middle for now. Key partnerships is a straight up red. Again, it's early stages, so it looks harsh, but I haven't seen any key partnerships. That's exchanges as well, it's barely on any exchanges. Active community, I'm also going to give a no to. Obviously, I've seen, Tao and Kaspa OGs getting in on this, but if you haven't got a Twitter following, or a Twitter account, sorry, and I haven't managed to find a Discord or Telegram, I could be completely wrong. Obviously I know they're on Farcaster, but is that really getting used as much as X or Twitter? Probably not. So I'm going to give active community a no just for now. Shiny coin effect is a yes. It wasn't around in the previous bull cycle. This is a new project. Fair launch is also a yes, and if it's true that they declined VCs, that is absolutely, massive. They clearly believe in the project. So that is a yes. And promising roadmap, again, I've got to give a no because it just wasn't on the website in the white paper. Obviously I couldn't find any tweets. So yeah, roadmap as well. It's a no. But yeah guys, that's my video on Quilibrium wrapped up. I tried to keep it relatively simple. Fundamentally looks to be a very sound project at early stages, so I'll be keeping an eye on developments in the future. If you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe. I appreciate the growing support as always. Also feel free to join my Discord, it's completely free and it's a great place to network. Aside from that, thanks for watching and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.